Out there. I'm excited to be here this afternoon, wherever you may be checking me. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm your friend, Nurse Folusho. Okay, I'm a registered nurse and I'm passionate about giving various health tips, health topics. I visit schools. I visit various gathering, social gathering, religious gathering to talk to people about making positive impact in their health. And on this channel, we'll be talking about different topics relating reproductive health, maternal and child health, our sexual life, about our spousal relationship and health issues that we'll be talking about. And I want you to know that there will be a room for question and answers. And I want you to know that I have well over 20 years experience as a nurse. So you are welcome to the right channel. If you check me out, you see a lot of things that I've been doing, though I'm new on YouTube, but I intend to get better and better. I intend to get better and better every day. Welcome to my channel. We've been able to do a whole lot of topics in the last I think about 2 or 3 weeks or thereabout, and the responses has been I was 161 subscribers as at I think about 3 or 4 weeks or thereabout, and the growth has been so amazing. I have 644 subscriber right now, over 300 videos, over 123 watch hour, over 17,000 views. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? So for someone to grow on YouTube and learn that you just have to keep working, keep moving, don't be deterred. Even when you are posting and people are not watching it, just keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. YouTube is watching the algorithm. There is a way the algorithm works, or you're not going to be disappointed because people are not watching, or people are watching. Like most of the time when I see my analytics, I see that most of my subscriber are just less than 2% that is watching, that are really watching my videos. And I have 98% of non-subscribers that are watching my videos and commenting and helping me to share and liking and all that. So it means I'm doing something good. If you have not failed, it means you have not done something. But if you keep moving, you are moving no matter the challenges, you keep getting better. So, and I was able to get to the mark, the milestone of 500 subscriber, that makes it possible for me to start my own live stream, and I'm so excited. In my community, I do a lot of give back to the school children, the young adults, the adolescents, aged, the widows, and all that. Even the children in the nursery school, in the primary session, I've been to almost 200 schools. I've been to over 100 gathering. What do I do? To talk to people on various health issue, and I've been to several states in Nigeria too to talk to people about health. So, and I want you to know that on this platform, what I do is preventive health. What I do is preventive health. I'm not the type that believes that we should be spending money on medicine. I believe it is better when when you are in the know, you know what to do when it comes to your health. You know the right kind of diet to eat. You know the way to take care of yourself when there is changes in weather. You know when to drink water. You know how to practice safe sex with consent and all that. You are healthy, and being healthy in a family contributes larger to the community, and it also contributes to productivity and efficiency in the whole country as a nation. So the society we live in right now, we need to be conscious of our health, because we eat all manners of junks, we eat all manners of things. So on my channel, this is one of the things that I hope to do in the weeks or time coming by, as we continue to move on various reproductive health issues. Some women or girls, they don't even know how to track their ovulation. They don't know what it means to have a cycle, menstrual cycle. They don't know what ovulation means. When I go to schools, I hear, I got one-on-one with those girls, and I hear a lot of things. Ignorance, especially in this part of the world that I live in Africa, is so wide. The gap between us and the advanced world is so wide. So mine is to go all out there, to be able to, there's something we call ripple effect. I'm able to talk to one, do change, if they are able to change their life, their habit positively, and they are able to tell one or two persons tell one or two persons, the ripple effect is what I'm actually bothered about. Like when I go to schools to talk to children on the negative consequences of drug abuse and hard drugs, and you hear some of them asking, some don't even know that some things that they are taking into their system are actually harmful. They don't know they are dangerous. They don't know they are even hard drugs. Some will say, is shisha a drug? Shisha is not a drug. Is Colorado? They ask all manners of questions. As adolescents that are growing up, they have the minds of their own. They are inquisitive. They have a lot of peer pressure and bullying going on around them. So those are some of the questions I hope to answer in the future. For the women, I hope to, those are my people, because most of the things that happen at the end of the day, you are pregnant. Even if you are in a marriage and you are pregnant, you, as a woman, you carry more. This baby is growing inside your body gets bloated, you have a whole lot of changes, and at times most of us might not recover from just having a baby, talk less of having two, three, four times. At times some have 4, 5 kids growing inside their body just at once. So over time, I'm there. I've been there all along, supporting my women folk, the girl child, like International Girls Child Day. I visited some schools, not even one schools. I was able to encourage those girls that they can become whatever they want to become. And in churches in Africa, most of our clergymen in quote have made us to understand that when you have prayer water, you have anointing oil, you have mantle, you have a communion, you can pray and fast, you can go to the mountain. It doesn't matter if you get to hospital or you get to see your doctor if you are ill or something. And I've seen bishops, pastors go outside the country, and they say they want to go and minister, and they get there. What do? They go there to go and take good care of themselves. They do comprehensive health check from head to toe, and they come back to Nigeria and keep telling us that it is they have not taken paracetamol in years, which are all blatant lies. So when I go to churches, I let the congregants know that no, you have to take care of your health. It is better to see the doctor, check up, and if the doctor says there's no issue, now what do? You can now stay and be rest assured. But pastor cannot tell you that you are bleeding per vagina and you are pregnant. Maybe it's a sign of implantation bleeding, or fibroids, or miscarriage, or ectopic pregnancy. Those are some of the things that can make somebody to bleed in pregnancy. And the pastor say, go and drink anointing oil and take prayer water, use mantle to cover that place and go in peace. Or somebody has lumps in their breast and they just put anointing oil until it now turn to full grown cancers. So it is better for us to know. When it becomes easier. I met a couple about some or 2, 3 years ago. They were married for 3 years, and they were expecting babies, and they called me. I was in a meeting, and they didn't know I was a nurse, and they called me at that meeting. The man in the fellowship called me that, oh, mommy nurse, you are going to help us trash the topic, and which I did. And along the line, the couple came to meet me after if they have known they have issue, this and that. And I asked them, you have been waiting for babies after for 3 years. What have you done? They said they have been to one hospital and they asked them to go and bring like 165,000 or thereabout. And I told them, in this economy, please, so how do you people meet after your menses? The wife said immediately she finishes menses the second day, they start having sex. And whereas the menstrual cycle is supposed to go just like clockwise, when it starts 12 o'clock, by 12:15, the menstrual phase has stopped, the bleeding has stopped. By 15:16, then the body clears itself, cleans out all the remaining part of all the remaining dirt in the uterus. Then by 12:30, for example, then the process of ovulation comes. By the time you are quarter to one, there is release of egg. And if there's pregnancy, congratulations. If there is no pregnancy, then the preparation for menstruation comes. And by 12 o'clock, another menstruation start. And I laughed at them and I told them, you better go and do it this way. I helped them in calculating the ovulation, and I saw there was no problem with the woman's menses. The cycle was okay. And I asked her to go meet 4 days, during there's something we call the ovulation and the window period. They did. Then that first month, they brought they came for your test. The pregnancy test was negative. The second month, they got pregnant. That was because they knew. So after 3 years of marriage, some people in 3 years they are able to make 2 babies. So the level of ignorance and gullibility in Africa is, even for we the educated, even for we the exposed. Some people are abroad that they have what is it called? They have hemorrhoids, they have a whole lot of things, and they believe people should package concussions and go and give them. Most of these things over time it finishes our system. I was in the hospital yesterday, I was in the dialyzing unit, and what I saw in that dialyzing unit is not funny. Children, adults, going through chronic or acute kidney diseases because of all this concussion, all this they call it hot drinks, ogogoro, call it ogogoro here, and they mix all manners of things with those things, and the kidney is gradually dying. Some people wake up in the morning, what they want to do is to drink urine, their first urine. It's just like Loma comes into this house, and when Loma comes, we have been packing our dirt outside, the garbage outside, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and because Loma refuses to come and pick it, the garbage people, you now decide to bring them inside the house. That's just what you are saying. When your system, the entire system, flushes out all the toxins, the toxic waste product, the and it shouldn't roll like that. So the best bet is for us to know. So when we know, we'll be able to do what? To be able to take care of ourselves, be able to take care of ourselves. It is very, very, very important. It is very important to take care of yourself. When you know, you know. Like some men that have a back pain and they are not able to sleep with their women, or they are having pain. There are reasons for that. Like your back bone, the spinal bone, has a bone underneath, has cartilage on top of it. Between the two of them, like, there is fluid that is not making the two of them to collide with each other, to touch themselves, like shock absorber. And if you do heavy duty, like you are standing, like security people that stand for 8 hours, 10 hours, apart from the risk of prostate enlargement, you can also have back pain that if you are the type, a CEO that stays or sits down for 6 to 8 hours in your office because you are busy or something, you are there, that's about another, you are sitting down for like 8 hours, maybe you resume 2 o'clock and you are sitting till 5 p.m. You are giving your back problem, especially the back, lower back. If you are the type that does not exercise as a man, then as we grow old, especially for men, there's something we call degenerative changes, the continuous mix it with to go and concussion, that is what is going to regenerate. This is what is going to regenerate the place that has spoiled. So it is not going, and you are robbing that particular place. The more you are giving it space, the more you are giving it space, the way you are robbing it. So there is no amount of ogogoro, or you mix a agbojedi or something. It is not going to work. It is not going to work. So when you know, you are good to go. When you know, you are good to go. If a man has big breast, for example, as a man, they have something we call gynecomastia, and because of that, what happens? They have excess hormone, female hormone, male hormone. A baby girl has small male hormone inside their system. They have both male and female hormone when they are babies. Then when they begin to grow, when they now enter puberty, if they are lucky, if it is the female hormone that, but if it's the male hormone that dominates, they come down with a lot of something we call PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. You see them with beer, they have hair on their chest and all that. Then if it is the male that is unlucky and is the female hormone that surpasses or dominates the male hormone in their body, you see them walking like girls and they have breasts. And I saw one video and they were harassing the young guy, telling the guy that the guy was a wizard or something, that is a banje or something because he had breast. And when you see women too with this, and they call them wizards, witches. You see some girl, so that is what is harassing the boy, bullying him, asking him to remove his shirt, believing that the guy was a wizard. They advise to teach their children. They begin to teach their children a whole lot of things. They begin to teach them about health. If somebody is incommunicable, you can't do nothing. Call the health services care. If something happen, they teach them different life-saving skills like swimming, play a whole lot of sports. They teach them. But here we don't have somebody to teach us. So I go to schools, I go to churches, I've been to over 100 gatherings, both in and out. I've been to over 100 schools, which I'm still going to one on Friday, and it is free of charge. I've not been charging, and God knows that. I go there, churches, they want to do women, go there, talk about breast cancer, talk about diet, talk about good parenting, positive parenting. To schools, I teach them, talk about the consequences of early sex, because I was also a victim of early sex. I was also not even a rape, willingly, when I was not supposed to start. So I ended up with several abortions. So it is one of my, I see it as one of my how do I put it, my responsibility to go out. My father was a nurse, my mother was a caterer, and they were both in government service, but there was nothing like sex education. They just say, if you have pregnant, if you start menstruation, don't touch man, no, don't let man touch you. And that was it. So I was just doing my own thing foolishly and I was aborting. So I don't want the same, repetition on these girls. So can wait. There is no big deal if you get married at 20 something to somebody. Nobody's judging anybody. I was not a virgin when I married, but for them, if you are able to see somebody that can mentor you, a positive role model, you are good for it. But the more you decide that you can do things on your own, and if it ends up in pregnancy, I used to let them know, because I talk about the consequences of early sex, both boys and girls, talk about the effect of bullying, the consequences of what is it now? The consequences of cultism, the downside of hard drugs, the way most of them, the consequence, negative consequences, and when by the time they listen, I know some of them will open their eyes, their ears, their five senses, and be able to do something better with their life. My parents sent me to school. They were there in my supportive years, but they didn't tell me nothing about sex education. That is the generation we were. Nobody is judging. Nobody is judging. I'm not trying to judge them or something. They did their best for all of us, the kids, but there was nothing like counseling. There was nothing like mentoring. The only mentoring that we knew, that my father was paying my school fees. My father buy this. My mother does this and that. So as soon as your child is able to say, "Mommy, Daddy, I want to eat bread," and he knows the difference, and you are trying to give him or her Indomie, and say, "No, I don't want Indomie," or is Indomie you prefers, and you are trying to give another thing, and he's trying to look away, that doesn't want. It is very important, very pertinent to start telling them, uh, let me know what are the body parts. If you cannot talk to them directly about sex, teach me, let me see. Begin to touch your body parts. Most of them will touch from here down to their toes. They won't touch their penis, and the female will not touch their vagina, because in the school it is a sacred place. They don't touch about it, they don't talk about it. So we as parents, how many hours will our children spend with if they go to school 7 o'clock, comes back 5 o'clock? I think that's about 8 or 9 hours or thereabout. They are still, the fact that they have been home, they will be home from that 5 till the following morning, 7 o'clock, which is about 12 hours or something. So they spend more time with us as parents. So we should keep talking about the positive parenting. My children they know the good touch, they know the bad ones. They know that I started early as when they were 6. So I have 20, I have 13, I have 14-year-old, I have 16. They know when you touch them. Even I can't enter their rooms. The boys, when they were 16 years, I can't enter his room without knocking. And I will knock and he must say, yes, come in, stay. So we should set those boundaries. And if we have maid at home, please, for both boys and girls, they abuse them. We have to be watchful. So that is why I go all out in my community. I've even passed my community. I've gone to several local governments, and I'm based in Lagos, to be able to talk to them about various. I've been to other states in Nigeria. I've been outside Nigeria doing health talk. That is just what I'm doing, and it is free of charge. I do it on TikTok. I teach people on Facebook. I do it on Instagram and all that. Just starting off with YouTube, just as trying to spread my hands, of course, into YouTube. And I hope we're going to have a good time together. I'm Nurse Felicia. I'm a registered nurse and I work with the federal government of Nigeria. But this is my passion. It is my passion. Teaching health is my passion. Like last week, we were able to different lectures. I did hepatitis. I think I did cancers. Those are the things that are killing right now. We talked about cancer. We talked about diabetes. Diabetes has three various types, but three main types that are seriously killing people, and they have various complications. We talked about that, and I think we talked about infertility in various places last week, do online, and I did on-site lectures. We don't collect money. If you want to invite us to your church, your school, your gathering, like this month on the 23rd, I'll be going to a place they want to do the 30 years anniversary of their old student association, secondary school association. So I'll be going there. We do medical outreach. We check their blood, do all manners of tests to know their prostate check. We do malaria check. We do HIV check. We do sugar and blood pressure check. Those are some of the five that are very common. We do it, though they are the one that will procure their materials by themselves. If they want us to procure, there is no problem. They procure it, present it at the place. Then we go all out there, do head talk, question and answer. Some people have issues, they don't know where to go. And some have been to private hospitals. Some private hospitals are just interested in maximizing profit. And you'll be surprised that that private hospital, you think you're talking to a doctor, it might be a male nurse. And there is no how a nurse will say, oh, I am so brilliant. I've gone through school of nursing or BSc nursing that I know more than a doctor. You understand? Not that we don't have nurses that are brilliant. We have experience because we are on the job. Most of them are just coming, so we put them through. But you won't tell me that you have gone to school of nursing a whole semester. You are teaching like three systems of the body, and doctor will go to university and spend a whole 6 months with one system, and you are spending 3 months with three or four systems in the school of nursing. So I don't deceive myself, though they are brilliant, they know what they are doing. But because of cost, some private hospitals are not able to, you know, let them be. To employ them because of money. I want go possible. I mean, I want to give you 150,000 in this. No, I don't go collect. So most of them will not want to hire a doctor and start offering them peanuts. So they will just call a maid nurse that does not want to work in a place that he will be doing nursing job. You know, there are some things that are peculiar to nursing. If I have a patient now, the patient wants to poo, I give them bedpan. I have a patient now, they want to bath, maybe they have accident. The hospital I work with, they are specialist hospital. Some people will come to and they cannot use it. If they want to scratch, you have to help them. So when they come, they want to poop you, they poop finish, you clean, you help them to clean their butt, their anus, you clean it out. They want to bath in the morning, you clean them. If they are male, you touch their male private part, so freshen it up. You understand? And some male nurses don't want to do that. They just want to be called doctors. They want to be called doctors and all that. And what do? They go to private hospital and be called a doctor there. And they will just, most of them don't even have time. They just come. What is wrong with you? They are noting. And before you know, you go out. That's why I advise people, if you have issues that you don't understand within your body, please go to, it is better first to go to government hospital. They might some might waste your time because we have, as in, chronic shortages in the hospital right now. So you have to be patient, you have to endure and persevere, because if you don't go early, you might come back late. If you even go early at time, you might come back late. But to ensure that ordinary cleaner in that government hospital is trained to be a cleaner within the hospital setting. Not to talk of a doctor that wear a nurse, a male nurse that wears what is it called? Lab coat, doctor's coat, and say, doctor me, I'm a doctor. And you don't know, I've worked in that kind of setting that the owner of the hospital will be saying, hey, nurses, hey, matron, hey, go and arrange the man office, go and arrange it. Until I didn't even know that the owner of the hospital was a male nurse. Now I had male nurse. Until he now killed one patient like that, and they came from the state CID to come and pick him. It was then I knew. So this person I had been calling doctor with a coat to Mama Chapa. I never knew that the person was a doctor, a male nurse, that I was even more qualified than. Because as a nurse, I was doubly registered. They have just general nursing, both the owner of the hospital and the doctor, the so-called doctor there. So we have to be to persevere. You take care of yourself. Balanced diet is very important. So as the event unfolds, we'll be talking about various ways to take care of the body. Our mental health is where we are going to start from. If your mental health is balanced, you will have what we call emotional intelligence. You have good social relationship, so good emotional and psychological relationships, and you now become resourcefully emotionally intelligent. And when you are emotionally intelligent, is one of the things that can help you in the office, in your relationship, among families, friends, neighbors, and all that. And I promise you, if you have any topic you think you want us to deliberate upon, this page is open. In fact, I might even go and put my number so that I'll become more accessible to people all around me. When we're talking about diet, we are not balanced diet. Some people think balanced diet is when you have big money, but there's something within the rich people. They eat imbalanced diet. They are rich, but they are not eating a balanced diet because they are not eating right. Simply because as a man has money, he wants to eat one chicken, a whole chicken. He's 50 something years. He wants to eat one ogufe goat meat. They should put one meat, gongon, red meat. And at 50 plus, we're not even supposed to be eating red meat more than 1 or 2 times a week. Then you are now eating all manners of fats. Don't name that. Now my money, I want to chop. They are eating imbalanced diet. Then for the we that we are the low class or the average class in Nigeria, we eat imbalanced diet because in the morning, if I'm going to work and I decide to pick a bottle of Pepsi with a bottle of with 200 naira puff puff or buns. I've eaten nonsense plus nonsense. In the afternoon, I say I'm hungry. I just go one place, go and eat a eba. In the night, I reach home, I still eat the same. And it might not even be the correct vegetables or the vegetables that you are any efori that we are eating. There's something in this part of the world we call efori. They must have dipped the vegetable inside hot water, and all the vitamins inside has gone inside the boiled water. Or some of us we wash the vegetable just because we want to do what we want to eat a balanced diet, and we want to eat vegetable. At the end of the moment you wash it, all the fat, the water soluble vitamin, they have gone inside the water. So you are eating nonsense. Then if you now decide to boil it, gbogbo ẹ ti lọ sínú omi, so you are still eating nonsense. So that is what it is. So when you know how to prepare your diet and your mental health is sound, mental health is not only when we are on hospital bed. Mental health is all about being emotionally intelligent. You are with people, they are not walking on eggshell. They are not running away from you. You know, most of us, you are in like say I'm in this house, and like we are 10, and 7 people are saying, don't touch her bucket, don't touch her leg, don't go near her door. It means I'm not socially balanced. So when people around you are walking on eggshell, you are not socially balanced. Emotionally, if you cannot control your anger, there should be a reaction. Somebody slaps me, it is now left for me to say, okay, oh, you have slapped me, okay, and go. Or the other way, I just remove my dress and be naked and be fighting the person. We go die here. We go die here. I go tell you, say, I no be mumu. So those are how do you manage your anger? How do you manage your betrayers? How do you manage the way the people treat you, the way people treat you unjustly, or the way they treat you, they oppress you? How do you manage it? Are you emotionally intelligent or not? So we're going to be talking about that. So when we leave the mental health, then we begin to delve into various health issues. Various health issues. Like most of the places I go, I've been to, sometimes they request. Like those last week, the 4 places I was able to talk, they told me different topics, and we did justice to it, and at least 1 or 2 things we change in their behaviors My own is to prevent so that I'll be able to impart ourselves positively. So thanks for joining my live stream. I really appreciate you. So we're going to be seeing some other time, by His grace, probably in the night or some other time. Thanks for joining. Welcome to my channel. Like I said, I'm a registered nurse, and this is what I do. Nursing is my life, and nursing is my passion. Have a great day, and